Hello, my name is Miss Kimberly, and I'm going to discuss with you greatest common factor and least common multiple because I had a sixth grade class that struggled with that. So I wanted to make a video to try to make it simple in the way that I taught them, and it kind of helped them. So bear with me. So here is my little board, and I'm going to try to keep that up here. So I'm working with 12 and 18. And so remember, factors are the two numbers that you're going to use to multiply to get 12. So your highest number should be 12. So if you notice, 1 times 12, 1 and 12 are the factors. 2 times 6, 2 and 6 are the factors. 3 times 4, 3 and 4 are the factors. And then eventually, depending on, well, whatever number it is, it'll eventually flip. So then 3 times 4 and then 4 times 3. So I just drew a line under there for the visual. 6 times 2 and 12 times 1. I draw the line and I usually make a U shape, and that lets me know. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. And I wrote those up there. Those are your actual factors. I did the same thing with 18. 1 times 18. 1 and 18 are the factors. 2 times 9. 3 times 6. It flips. I drew a line. 6 times 3, 9 times 2, and 18 times 1. And then I made my little U shape. Keeps it in chronological order. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. And you'll see I wrote them right here. And then 6 would be the greatest common factor. Okay. So then when you're discussing the least common multiple, basically remember multiples of that number. So all of these numbers are going to typically be higher than the number you start with. So here with 12, I just multiplied. 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 12 times 3, 36. 12 times 4, 48. I did the same thing with 18. And you'll see that the least common multiple of 12 and 18 is 36. Now you can also use prime factorization. So I wrote this out for you. So you need to factor out these numbers. Makes it easier for you. So 12 is factored out first with 2 and 6. 6 can be factored out by 2 and 3. And so then you end up with all prime numbers. So you write it out like 2 times 2 times 3. That'll give you 12. And then here at 18, we did the same thing. 2 and 9. 9 can be factored to 3 times 3. And then you write it out 2 times 3 times 3. Now when you're looking for the greatest common factor, you have to know what you're looking for. Okay, with the greatest common factor, you're going to focus on the numbers they have in common. They have a 2 in common, and they have a 3 in common. They don't have another 2. This one doesn't have another 2, and this one doesn't have another 3. So you're only using the 2 and the 3. So 2 times 3 equals 6. 6, and we'll go back to 6. And then here, the least common multiple, what you're doing is you're taking all of those numbers, but you're not duplicating any. So if they have something, let me grab me a little marker. So here we have 2. So we wrote 2. Then we have another 2, but none over here. So we wrote another 2. We have a 3. So we write a 3. Then we have another 3. And we wrote that. So if you do 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, you'll find that the number is 36. And then that'll give you the least common multiple that we have over here. So I'm not sure whichever way my cap just fell. Whichever way your instructor, your teacher wants you to do it. Here are a few little ways, and you can check yourself. It's always important to know your multiplication facts because it gets much easier and it's faster for you. So if you have any additional questions, you'd like me to make a video on something, if I can, I'll be happy to do so. So here is my contact information. Got it? Do we have it? Yes. Alrighty. You have a great day. Thank you, Mr. Jerry.